Dorito shell taco from Taco Bell. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well. I represent Taco Bell Dorito shell taco.
Yo, what's up? It is the Bradley Uppercrust podcast, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call this. I just realized we didn't even introduce ourselves in the first episode, but I'm Monica.
I am August.
Yeah, you're on this. This is your fucking channel.
Yeah, this is my channel, so you should know.
You should know August. If you don't know August, well, I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know.
You should know me.
Yeah.
You should know me. I've edited a couple videos.
You have?
I have. I've edited a couple videos. I'm cool. Subscribe to my channel. Fuck August.
Yeah, this channel sucks. Why are you watching this channel?
Why are you even listening to this podcast? Anyways, this is the fucking Bradley Uppercrust podcast, aka the best podcast. Better than Joe Rogan. That's a shot. That's a shot at Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joey. Come for us.
Better than better than all the other fucking podcasts. All of them.
Whatever your podcast is, whatever your favorite podcast is, even if you make
Fuck you.
We're better than
Eat
you.
Shit. We're better than you, and you know it.
You know it.
So, I guess today's topic is fucking that yummy in my tummy.
Foodie doody.
The fucking get in my belly. Oh man. Taco Bell. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Says the Chihuahua dog. Yo quiero Taco Bell. I want it. Except not really, because nowadays I fucking hate Taco Bell. It is the fucking worst. But at one point I loved it. And you know what? Oftentimes, almost every week I'll still eat it. And that makes me really sad. And I feel very defeated whenever I eat Taco Bell. I feel like I have made no progress in my life.
You know, I've never been much of a Taco Bell person myself. I think the only time I ever really ate at Taco Bell was when they had the promotion with Doritos and they had the Dorito shell tacos. I had those.
They still have them.
Okay.
But they limited them down to the one nacho cheese shell instead of the fiery and the Cool Ranch.
Yeah.
The Cool Ranch were the better ones for me, and the fiery. But no, they kept the basic ass.
They kept the basic
Dorito flavor.
No, I remember I got one of each while I was in Texas one time.
Yeah. Oh, Texas Taco Bell. That's even better than Nebraska Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's the hardcore stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. But, if you're in Texas, why the fuck even get Taco Bell? Just go to fucking Del Taco or something. Or Taco Bueno.
For real, yeah.
Or just fucking, I don't know, every fucking restaurant in Texas has tacos. There's no excuse for Taco Bell.
There really isn't. You should not be eating Taco Bell in Texas.
If you're in Texas, you should not be eating in general. Stop it.
Limit your diet and your life.
Limit your diet and your life. August 2022. But yeah. I guess I have a few Taco Bell stories. I have a few. But I guess first we can talk about food that we like in Taco Bell, the best and the worst food, what we don't like. Do you want to go first?
Sure, probably, because again, this is going to be a pretty brief one. I find that what I tend to value out of Taco Bell is, I think that what you've got to get is meat, and meat tends to be your best bet. in my opinion, because I think the vegetables, like the lettuce in particular, is ridiculously hit or miss. It can be either like awful or really good, and I think that's my main concern, that I feel whenever I'm biting into produce there, I am gambling. I'm taking a Russian roulette, pulling the trigger.
I can probably explain why, because I haven't revealed this yet to the listeners, but I actually worked at Taco Bell for 1 year. I went through a whole year of Taco Bell working, and so I intimately got to know the process for making the food and what they do. I got very intimate with the food, too intimate, you might say, which is why I'm not working at Taco Bell anymore. That's not true. I mean, I'm not working at Taco Bell anymore, but this is a bad bit. Anyways, but the reason for like why the produce and like the lettuce and stuff is hit or miss is because there are a lot of variables that Taco Bell workers have to take into account when they make the food and use the ingredients. They have to rehydrate the lettuce like every like 10 minutes or so, or like every 15-30 minutes.
Okay.
They have like a water bottle there, and like, you know, we rehydrate the lettuce because it needs to stay like crisp and like wet and stuff. Otherwise it gets sort of like dried out and like soggy. If that makes sense, you know. We also have to like constantly sort of like every hour like rehydrate the beans that we have on the line. The beans especially are like hit or miss. Taco Bell, you'll find, if you work there and also consume the food on a consistent basis, is that Taco Bell is very inconsistent on the quality, because it depends heavily on who's working there, and also like just how the food is being treated when it's being made. Because I'm gonna explain this right now. There were nights when I was working on Taco Bell where me and my coworkers, even like the assistant managers, did not give a single shit about like the quality, because we had like backed up lines, you know, and like our times were going up, and so at that point we were kind of just throwing together the food and sending it out. And don't judge me, it was just very like, it was a very horrible position to be in.
Okay. I've just like, we've got to get this out, so quality be damned.
Yeah.
I guess what one question I have kind of on the back of that immediately springs to my mind is, what do you do with like the excess food at the end of a shift? Does that get put in a refrigerator
before we like shut down?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually. So it sounds weird, but yeah, whatever is left in like the pans, like the heating pans, that we use, we will like put into like these like food safe, like heat safe plastic bags, put them on like metal racks, and then put those in cold water, like cold iced water, and then we will put those in like plastic, and then we put those in our cooler, like not the freezer, but the cooler. You know, there's like a 2-compartment. There's like a separate room, and that whole room is like the refrigeration room, and then the freezer, in that which is like the stuff that we have that's like frozen, which is where we put like our potatoes and like I forget what else. I think no. I think I don't remember what else we had in there, but it was mostly like, yeah, but yeah, that's what we would do with our food at the end of the day. potatoes and like all that kind of stuff we'd throw out. Lettuce we would throw out, and like all the vegetables and stuff. What we would save is like the stuff in like the bags of like lettuce and cheese that we had left. Roll those up, put them in like plastic bags, and then keep that for like the next morning. Taco Bell was open between, well, they close here where I worked at like 4 fucking a.m. But 4 is like when we would like 3. Stop like serving people, I think, at all at one point. Then it became 3. They open and then we open back up 7. So there's only like about 4 hours in between putting away the food from last night and then using it again in the morning. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that clears up most of that question, I think. I'll let you continue on your intended path.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like what food I actually liked in Taco Bell. You'll sort of like understand this if you work there or even just have a lot of their food. But they really just have like 7 ingredients and then they just remix it constantly. They used to have like the Mexican pizza, which they stopped serving. I think the week I started working there, we stopped doing the Mexican pizza. So I didn't get to try one. It was literally just like a tostada with beans on it, and then like another tostada, and like meat, and like cheese and tomatoes. And it was literally just like a flat taco with beans on it.
Flat taco with beans, and that's all it was. To reiterate.
That's all it was. That was the fucking Mexican pizza. I didn't get to try it in the last days of its existence. But,
I'm sure you could still make it now if you were really determined.
Well, that's the thing. Like, they don't have, like, the ingredients for it anymore.
Oh, okay. Like a whole...
Yeah, like, they discontinued, like, the whole item, and so they got, like, rid of the ingredients to make it.
Okay.
It had, like, special, like, packaging, and, like, we would put it in, like, a cardboard, like, tray.
I see. I thought it was just, like, the existing material
like,
you had were rearranged, but no, this was a step beyond that.
Yeah, this was like one of like the unique Taco Bell items. No, the current menu now is like all stuff that like it's all the same, just remixed with like different like ingredients used. I think though my favorite food item there would have had to have been like, and this sounds weird, but it was called the grilled cheese burrito.
Taco Bell's grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Get your hands on a grilled cheese burrito, only at Taco Bell.
But yeah, I'd have to say, God, I don't know what our worst food would have been, but I know that the Taco Bell here in our town, at one point they experimented with like having spicy like chicken wings.
Oh, really?
Taco Bell got them chicken wings?
Yeah, they were like seasoned like chicken wings. And we would like fry them in the same fryer where we'd fry our fries and like chalupas and stuff. The fries were like a whole other thing. Like,
I mean, that right there sounds like a vegan like alert issue.
People were fucking insane for the Nacho Fries.
They call these their Nacho Fries. And you may ask, well, why?
We would always get asked if we had them, even like if we hadn't had them for months.
That warm nacho cheese sauce was drawing something closer to the surface.
So, what's your story?
Guess I'm just hungry.
For what?
Hope.
I think some Taco Bells have like a position called a Fryologist. That's what they call it, a Fryologist. And
Great. Very, very creative, subtle naming from Taco Bell, you know?
yeah, and they would have like the Fryologist manage like all the fried foods and like frying food and stuff. Yeah, I remember when we had the wings. We had them only, I think, for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they were just like testing them out to see if like there was a market for it.
Yeah.
I know in some other locations they were testing out chicken sandwiches, just like straight up chicken sandwiches, like not even like burritos or tacos or anything. They just had like a straight up fucking chicken sandwich. And then there was like a chicken sandwich where it was just like a fucking, like, it was like as if it was like one bun just like folded over like a taco over like a fillet of chicken.
Okay, like just a piece of bread?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
God,
you know,
the food that was the most fucked up was like all of our special chalupas. Which like I think, I don't know if I told you this. I think I might have, but every time we had like a new promotional like food item, they called it an experience. In corporate speak. In corporate speak, they would call it an experience. So like, hey, get ready, Taco Bell staff, because here's your next experience. And like, yeah, they would also call like the fry cooks food champions and the cashiers service champions. They were just, Taco Bell was like so steeped in like corporate speak. Behind like their doors.
I remember I had made the comment about how that sounds like what you would say to the public. Like that would be like the public name or whatever. Not like the corporate speak. And it was so bizarre to me that was just what they called it behind closed doors. Like that's, I don't know why you wouldn't just say what the position is.
Well, because you have to make like the worker feel appreciated and special, so that they don't like become jaded or cynical about their job and don't realize that, like fucking some franchisee has bought up like a whole plot of like Taco Bell locations and is like raking in like all this money from like, your excess labor value. Yeah, this is the Bradley Uppercrust podcast.
We have
Bradley
light
Uppercrust podcast.
Fun discussions.
Light fun discussions about capitalism and the working class in America. Which is to say, the Bradley Uppercrust podcast will not censor itself for the sake of the upper crust. Is what I'll say. But yeah,
we indulge in the occasional consuming of the upper crust
through Taco Bell. Yes.
There's no ulterior meaning to that.
What I'm talking about is true though, because I came to find out that the location I was working at was not a corporate location. So whenever people would like say like, "Oh, I'm gonna call corporate on you," and like complain, like, no, you fucking can't. We're like a franchise store. Like we're not owned by corporate. We were owned by this like franchisee. Basically, I guess he combined like his brand with like Taco Bell, and like basically we were owned by Haza Bell. Like I think that's the name of like the LLC or something. It was like Haza Foods, Haza Group. But yeah, it's just a bunch of fucking like rich like franchisees who own like all these like franchise locations.
Okay, yeah, huh.
But yeah.
And owning the Wendys makes sense. It's like not putting all your eggs in one basket, basically.
No, yeah.
So I can see the
Taco Bell corporate is also owned by like Yum Foods, like Yum brand foods, and they own Pizza Hut, KFC, and Taco Bell. So not a lot of overlap, but when you think about it, it also makes sense if you've ever seen like the the Taco. If you've also seen the Taco Bell, Pizza Hut crossover locations, or the KFC, Taco Bell crossovers, and like all those like the Pizza Hut, KFCs, and all that.
I'm at the Pizza Hut. What? I'm at the Taco Bell. What? I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell. I'm at the Pizza Hut.
It makes sense, you know, because they're owned by like the same like company. Hey, listener, how does it feel to have all your media and all your fast food owned by the same 7 companies? You're not immune. You're not immune.
You're not immune.
Anyways,
This channel is owned by Pepsi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Pepsi.
I thought you were gonna say like Google or Alphabet.
Oh,
This channel is owned by Pepsi.
It is true.
Yeah.
You know about Pepsi Ranger.
Yeah, the Pepsi Ranger's in the corner staring at me right now. By the way, of course we are recording this in the same room together.
Of course. Why wouldn't
Of course. Yeah. You're just at the end of a very, very long table that stretches across outside of town limits.
Just a 50-mile long table.
Yeah. Where I'm in my room and you're in your dorm room.
Yeah, exactly. Because why wouldn't we be?
I don't know how entertaining of a podcast episode this has been.
No.
I've just been talking about fucking franchisees and corporate brands. This isn't entertaining. You know what? I'm gonna do some fucking entertaining shit.
This is depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I have some funny stories, I guess.
Yeah. Tell us
like,
the funny stories about your Taco Bell work experiences, Monica.
So pretty much, I have a couple stories, I guess, of like weird customers. I remember my first week working at this Taco Bell location. I was just, you know, like in the back. I was still like learning how to make food and stuff. Then like this guy, like this big like, you know, like that video of like the guy yelling at like this Uber driver. He's like yelling at like this woman, and he's like, "We're at the hospital."
Oh yes, I know
like,
exactly.
Get out of my car!
Get out of my car!
That exact guy walked like it wasn't him for real, but just imagine that guy walking like running into a Taco Bell, and like at the counter and saying, "I want my damn soft taco," and like slamming his fist on the counter just because he's so mad that he like was missing like a soft taco from his order, and he has to demand. He's demanding that that he have his soft taco like right now. Like he was like this big like large like football coach man, like this meathead man, and like so our scrangly like little like little manager like walk up to him, and he's like trying to like help him at the counter, and the guy's just like yelling in his face. And it's like, oh god, I feel so like I was like back there like scared, like, oh god, I'm gonna die in this fucking Taco Bell. This meathead man is gonna pull out a gun and shoot all of us.
Boom.
And then he like goes in the back and makes himself a soft taco and leaves. But that was like the first like bad experience with a customer I've had. And keep in mind, I was just like I only made the food. I did not interact with any customers. I was not like a service worker. I just made food. And I still had bad experiences with customers just because they were that like intrusive.
Oh my god.
And just awful. Yeah. There was this other time where you know, we were wrapping up, you know, we were it was kind of funny whenever we would wrap up like a day of work. we would keep our headsets on and like listen to like the people, like after we had closed, we would listen to like customers rolling into the drive-thru, ask for help, like in the drive-thru, like ask for like food and stuff, and like make orders, realize that we're like closed, and then just drive away. And sometimes we would just get like some very stubborn people who are like, "Come on, can't you just make food for me? I'm hungry.
Give me food."
Stop tucking like babies. and keep in mind, it's like 3 a.m. or like 4 a.m. at this point. People are like out here, like in like just driving around town, just craving fucking Taco Bell. It's like, I get it if it's like midnight and like, you know, you're on like a binge and you're like high or something.
Yeah,
like, hanging out with friends and stuff. But fucking 4 a.m.
I mean, wait for breakfast.
Yeah, just like take a nap and then get like breakfast or something.
It's like, only like 2 hours and places will be open. Yeah.
So yeah, we had this one guy who would like, who was like rolling into the drive-thru, and I think one of us had told him like, I think we were closing like an hour early at this point, just because of like staff, reasons.
Yeah.
But we were closing early, and just over the speaker, like over my headset, I can hear him say, "Oh, that's some 2020 transgender bullshit." Then he speeds off out of the drive-thru. And to this day, I still don't know what the fuck he means. And keep in mind, it wasn't even 2020. It was 2021 when he said this. I do not know what year he was living in. I don't know what he means. What is 2020 transgender bullshit?
You millennial leftists who never lived a day under nuclear threat can now reflect upon your woke sky. You have made a non-binary fuss to save the world from intercontinental ballistic tweets.
That's literally what it is. Oh god. Am I the 2020 transgender bullshit? I don't know. He would not elaborate. He left, and I was left there to ponder just forever about what this meant. I had to study these words.
No, I can't imagine what that would mean.
Yeah, there was another time where there was like this guy who, I guess his car just broke down in our drive-thru, and like he ended up crying, I guess.
Oh no.
Because his car broke down in a Taco Bell drive-thru and he was sad. Because like, I don't know, but like me and a couple of my coworkers, like heroes, like absolute Chad heroes, walked out there and pushed his car into the street, and he died. No, no, we pushed him into like a middle like crossing lane or whatever they're called. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was that lane, and we just like pushed his car into like that middle lane. Like heroes, like absolute Taco Bell heroes. We didn't have to though, but it was just so we could like keep serving like the drive-thru and stuff.
Yeah.
But I remember he was crying and I felt so bad.
No, that sounds terrible.
There was this one time like this old lady, she drove into the drive-thru and she was asking like, "Do you guys have anything like a breakfast sandwich?" And like my coworker like at the like over the speaker had to be like, "Well, we have breakfast burritos." And she's like, "No, but like, do you have like a breakfast sandwich?" And just insisted, hoped, like that Taco Bell for whatever reason had breakfast sandwiches.
I mean, I feel there would be like a McDonald's or something close enough by.
There was literally a McDonald's like on the same street. It was like the next building over. Like it was like 2 buildings over. Like literally, it was right there on a whole like road, like a whole street where there's like a whole bunch of fast food places. There was a KFC, and there was a fucking Burger King, and a Pizza Hut across the street. There was no excuse to stop at Taco Bell and ask for a breakfast sandwich.
The point is, there are a number of other perfectly valid options if you want this one specific
I do not
thing.
know if I would call any of those options valid, but they were options.
That's, touche. I can't really argue with that point, but
I figure we have to like wrap this up real quick, so
Yeah.
I just wanna read something I sent you a while back. But us as Taco Bell employees were able to read complaints and reviews sent into us through our website. And basically, the website would just ask you if you were satisfied with your like order. You'd get to like shout out like any of the employees who helped you, and you would you could just like, I don't think there was like any limit to like how much you could say.
okay, yeah.
Which got us like some long reviews. So here is one complaint that I still think about from my time at Taco Bell.
Another.
So this customer.
This is real.
This is real. This is I sent you this picture.
Yes.
But this customer says, I should have just waited to get some food in the hood, closer to home. With everything going on, I can't help but to wonder if my light skin is why someone would think I don't deserve cooked food. The cheese in the quesadilla was not even melted. The chicken was still cold. The people at the window had a jolly time laughing with each other instead of trying to serve anyone edible food.
And there's many things we can dissect about this. Many things.
From the comment about like waiting to get some food in the hood closer to home, whatever that means.
Like that's such a random
wondering-
comment. Like who cares?
Wondering if like the light skin, like, if my light skin was
Oppression is when people take my order only through my voice over a speaker, assume I have light skin, and don't give me good food.
Yeah. And like to this day, I don't know if this is referring to like a white person or like just a light skinned like person of color, because I don't know what like I don't understand.
It's so like it's
The
just
cheese
bizarre.
in the quesadilla was not even melted. The chicken was still cold.
Like
And,
that.
like, I'm not even gonna say they were wrong and saying no, the food they got was great. No, a lot of the food we handed out was pretty bad sometimes. We had to compromise a lot.
we've made this point that it's very hit or miss.
It's very hit or miss. But yeah,
Oh, there's also the great part about the people at the window laughing. Like, you're not allowed to have fun. If
you're not allowed to laugh. You have to make my food.
You must
Yeah.
bend to my demands.
Yeah, you have to act as if like your day was awful until I entered and made my order.
I was the
God.
deciding factor here.
But God. But I guess we can wrap this up. And you know what? Just to be transparent, talking about this made me hungry. And the first thing I'm about to do when we stop recording, I'm gonna order some fucking Taco Bell. Cause I haven't eaten that much today.
Uh-oh.
But I'm gonna fucking nosh, and I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna feel like a failure. This has been the Bradley Uppercrust podcast. I am Monica. I worked at Taco Bell. It was bad, and this is
the episode. I'm August. I didn't work at Taco Bell, but I was here to add the occasional comment.
yeah. If you haven't worked at Taco Bell, that's really good for you.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Peace off, bitches.
Yo, Kiro, Taco Bell, live, Moss, and die, fucker!